Hello. I'm coming to you today to make a PSA, a public service announcement to all the males out there who are currently seeking or pursuing any kind of intimate interactions with anybody else. Same sex, opposite sex. You know what? I'm going to address this to everybody. I'm going to address this to the girls too. There is a difference between being honest and being an asshole. First of all, let me say sorry for the no makeup. I'm in the midst of doing my hair right now, but I needed to stop what I was doing at the time so that I could say this and get it off my chest. Being honest is different from being a jackass. Case in point, there's a guy that I've known for a number of years, and he's pretty much expressed interest in me for all of those years. We've known each other for about 6 years, and he's expressed interest in me all of the 6 years. Um, I've been in a relationship most of the time I've known him, so things never really evened out. But he still um, is a relatively nice guy, but he has this way about him. He's always talking about, oh, I'm just honest, I'm just honest, I'm just honest. Um, and that was fine until the other day when I had a revelation real quick when he said something to me on the phone. And maybe it's because I'm a woman and I'm getting to that age, I'm getting to 25, where things that people say matter, Because, when you're in your late teens, early 20s, nothing that anybody ever says matters because you are doing you regardless. You're listening to Usher, you're listening to Beyonce, you're doing what you want, you're feeling it, you're living life, and everything's great. Once you reach like 25, things that people say really start to like hit you. And you're like, man. But I'm all good about honesty, especially from my friends, especially from people who are close to me and people who I welcome it from. But like I said, there's a difference between being honest and being an asshole. Case in point, we were on the phone about a week ago, and that lets you know how I felt about it. I haven't talked to him in a week, but we were on the phone a week ago, and I told him that I was actively starting a diet, and I've been walking every day, and I have been taking in less food. Now, I'm not going to say I'm eating healthy every day or I'm, you know, getting out there and eating celery and grapes and carrots all day. But I am going to say I'm lowering my intake of calories. So I was talking to him and I said to him, it was probably about I don't know what time it was, but it was relatively late. It was after I had gotten off work. And I was talking to him on the phone, and I was like, man, I really want some nachos. And he was like, well, why don't you get any? And I was like, well, I would, but I'm kind of on a diet right now. Like, I'm trying to diet. And I had a turkey sandwich and a bowl of chili for dinner. Now, I had, like, a turkey melt, like some the provolone cheese and turkey and reduced fat mayo and salt and pepper and tomato and lettuce. And I had a bowl of chili, like some reduced fat. Is it? I don't know what brand it was. I don't want to brand drop and it not be the right thing. But I had like a little bowl of chili and a sandwich for dinner at like 8:30. And he says to me, well, I mean, I guess you could eat the nachos then because you're not really on a diet. And I was like, What do you mean? I am. I know I'm on a diet. I'm eating less foods. You know, he's like, well, you had a turkey melt and chili, and those ain't really diet food, so I guess you can eat the nachos. Now, not only is he like, okay, if you're actively pursuing somebody, whether you feel like you're close to getting them or not, and when you're actively pursuing somebody, the worst thing you can do is insult them. And basically, not only like the first thing that you expect somebody to say is, well, good job on your diet, or you look pretty the way you are, especially if like they're trying to talk to you. You don't really expect them to be like, oh, well, fatty McFat fat, why don't you eat some nachos? Because you had chili and turkey melt for dinner, so you're not really on a diet. And I was like, well, um, I had a small bowl of chili and a sandwich. I don't understand what's what's so bad about that. Well, a diet food, you might want to eat some vegetables. And I was like, well, there's vegetables in the chili. And mostly, first of all, I was at work. So I just got something that I could grab and heat up at work very easily. I'm not going to sit up at my job and chop up vegetables, fresh vegetables to eat. And second of all, why don't you just keep your mouth shut? Why don't you just not say anything the next time, and we won't have it. But he continues, like he kept going and was like, oh, well, all I'm saying is, beans got a lot of protein in them, and that make you gain weight, so you shouldn't be. I am a big girl. I'm not small, okay? So, like when small girls usually go on diets, they go into the water and vegetables and fruits and stuff like that because they can handle that. Because of the fact that I'm a big girl and I like food, the first step to me dieting is lowering the amount of food that I'm eating. So instead of eating a big bowl of chili, I have a small styrofoam container bowl of chili. And instead of having a sub, I have a turkey sandwich with reduced fat stuff on it and reduced fat chili. So I guess my biggest problem was the fact that, sorry about the spit. If somebody tells you that they're dieting, just accept it. If they're not telling you, oh, I lost 50 pounds last week, and they clearly look the same way that they looked last week, if they're telling you that they're dieting, just accept it, say okay, and move on. You don't need to comment about what they ate for lunch unless you're like that. And if you're a guy and you're talking to a girl, or if you're a guy and you're talking to another guy, anybody who is not like woo like male really doesn't care. Like some guys don't care. Like they can get a beer gut, they don't, because they know regardless, haters gonna hate and hoes gonna job. They know that. But sometimes just be quiet, okay? Um, Another example. Guys that say, oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm just honest, you know what I'm saying? I just wanna chill and do this and this and that, and I don't want no relationship right now. I'm just being honest with you right now. I don't want a relationship. That's fine too. But first of all, when you actively pursue a female, or you actively pursue whoever you're pursuing, and you're pursuing them like you want to date them, and then you get them in the sack, you like sleep with them, and then you tell them, oh, well, I'm just being honest right now, I'm not really looking for a relationship. That's something that the conversation that should be had at dinner. That's the conversation that should be had the first day that y'all talk on the phone. This is the conversation that, matter of fact, should have been had after you left the mall and started hanging out with this girl at TCBY or wherever you went. This is a conversation that y'all should have had. Look, I'm not trying to be in a relationship right now, but I think you're pretty. I'm going to hang out with you, see what happens. If you're looking for a relationship, not me. And then the girl can make her own decision. But when you throw out this one thing, but like you didn't say it, but you put it out there, you put the aura out there, you led her to the, or you led them to the conclusion that you were looking for something more than you weren't. Just because you then cancel it out and say I'm not looking for something more doesn't make you less of a jackass. It doesn't. Um so let's just say that instead of calling it honesty, you can just call it being brash, because it's not being, it is being honest, but it's being honest at the wrong time. Second side note, if a girl ever asks you if she looks good in her outfit, unless she looks devastatingly atrocious, just say yes. It's one word, and it will shut her up and get her ready faster so that you can go out. All these faces and all this, yeah, it's alright. All that is what's making her take 18 more minutes to get dressed. Because she's looking good for you. That's the only person she's trying to look good for. That's why she keeps asking you how she looks in her outfit. Because she's trying to look good for you. She's trying to make you proud. She's trying to make niggas look at her when she's walking down the street for your sake. So that you can feel good. Because you got a cute ass girl. But, yeah. I'm probably going to do another video today. And when I do, my hair will be done. And I'll have on my makeup. And I won't look like. So, I guess that would be it.